Hey, it's Chris with The Verge, and in 2014, your car is going to turn into a smartphone. Here's why. The concept is that you have something very similar to, say, the App Store on iOS or the Android market, where you download apps from what Chevy is calling the AppShop. And I can pull that up here, and it actually shows me a list of apps that are available. This is all coming through a 4G, an LTE connection that's attached to the car. They haven't announced pricing yet, but it'll be going through AT&T in the US. But if you don't want that connection, you can also pair via Bluetooth to your phone and use that connection if you want. Of course, Chevy is recommending that you use their connection, the idea being that the antenna provides a stronger signal. So when you're in a weak signal area, you'll still be able to pull in possibly an LTE connection where you wouldn't be able to on your phone. Once you have the apps that you want, you can rearrange them on the screen just like you would a tablet or a smartphone. And there are a few that Chevy has ready to go and will be available at launch. You have Priceline, TuneIn, the Weather Channel, iHeartRadio, NPR, Slacker, Kaliki, Event Seeker, and City Seeker. You heard me mention a number of streaming radio apps, and those actually do pull down over the LTE connection, so we'll have to see how pricing goes. But if, say, theoretically AT&T uses mobile share for this, it'll be pulling out of your regular data bucket. You're going to have to be very careful. You can imagine going on a long road trip, Pandora's playing, you're not really thinking about it, and the next thing you know, you've burned through a couple gig of data. So that'll be something that we have to start worrying about now. Now, a car like the Stingray has a number of different displays. You have a full color heads-up display up here, you have an LCD in the instrument cluster, and then you have a rather large touchscreen LCD in the center stack of the car. These apps only work with the center stack. It's a one-screen setup. It's not pushing data out to the instrument cluster or the heads-up display. And you can imagine how that's kind of a safety and security thing. They want to keep the apps in the sandbox. GM also says that there will be a capability for the apps to have different displays or features available depending on whether the car is stationary or if you're driving, so that when you're at speed, for instance, certain complex features that take your eyes off the road aren't available. That's not to say that a passenger isn't in the car, but still it's a safety thing.